Young people, hear me, because you know you're beginning to lose your head memory. Young people, hear me. Mi kwanza nataka kuwaambia, and I want you to go on record. Which camera? Go and strike. Go and strike.
As Kenya enters the final days of 2024, the country is grappling with political turmoil and widespread protests in Nairobi and other parts of the nation. The protest was sparked by the abduction of 3 youth, but a new voice has emerged in the debate. Pastor John C.W., who has strongly advised the demonstrators to reconsider their actions before today's planned demonstration. In an emotional address to the youth ahead of the demonstration, Pastor John C.W. warned that the recent actions taken by some individuals, particularly those who have posted controversial content on social media, could lead to negative spiritual consequences. You are bringing demonic forces upon yourself by engaging in such actions, he said, his voice full of concern.
Young people, hear me, because you know you're beginning to lose your head memory. Young people, hear me. Mi kwanza nataka kuwaambia, and I want you to go on record. Which camera? Go and strike. Go and strike. See, it's in your constitution. It's not a sin what I've said. See, kwa constitution, the right to picket. Hakuna strike hata msomi. It's called picket, not pocket. It's the right to be. But I will tell you this, young people, as you're going. Let there be a cause. Abusing people will not mean anything. That's what they want, so that they can have a reason. You know, Jesus, even if they wanted to arrest him, they had no reason. Pilate tried to say, now, young people, will there be a reason for your arrest? Eh? Don't post those things with people dead in a coffin. Those are reasons. Don't give them a reason. Be clean in your hands. Let them not say, look, even you did. Now you are demonizing something that would have been used for a great cause. You don't need to post people. You don't need to abuse people. Don't be like them. Many are dogs already. Why do you want to be like the dogs? Scripture is asking. He says, don't be like the dogs. Why do you want to be like that? Do the right thing. Go and protest all you want. Don't hit policemen. Don't do it. Them, they're just law keepers. They don't. Hata wenyewe wanajua kile mnafanya ni right. They know what you're doing is right, but they can't support you publicly because they know they will lose their job. Bear with them. Don't take a stone and hit a police officer. Don't let your hands be clean. Anything you do, look at your neighbor. Tell your neighbor, be clean. They couldn't find a mistake on Jesus. Couldn't find any. He was clean. The question I'm asking young people, will they find a mistake in you? Yes! Don't be demonic in your approach to rescuing a generation. Satan doesn't fight for God's people. So don't use his weapons. Be honorable in everything you do. Demonstrate if you want. Don't break into people's, it's your right. Don't break into people's hotel. Jobs. Don't, why are you doing that? They will demonize it. Then the same people will begin to be against you because you are destroying their businesses. Why? Even if you are doing a demonstration and someone has not closed their shop, why should people close your shop because you are demonstrating? If they don't want to close their shop, let them continue. This is one of the reasons I'm going to see God. I've noticed people, Even if you tell them to do it, they won't do it. What option are you left with? You must step into the system. Speak in parables. Don't think we love doing it. There's nothing to gain. You lose everything. You lose your life, lose your family, lose your everything to serve people that will never see. They will demonize you. Don't be demonic. Beelzebub does not chase Beelzebub.
Pastor John C. emphasized that if the youth were to protest, it should be done with love, peace, and unity, not through hate or provocative actions. His statement comes in the wake of the rising unrest, which has already seen protests erupt in various parts of Kenya, with the demonstrators clashing with the police. Tear gas has been used to disperse the crowds and the situation remains tense. Pastor John C. W., known for his influential role in the community, urged the youth to redirect their anger and frustration into peaceful demonstration, warning that the violence would only make matters worse.
A tree is hanging. The question I want to ask you, will you eat the fruit? We need to see demonstrations that there is love, there is joy, there is peace, there is patience, there is gentleness, there is long suffering, there is self-control. And lastly is to those two guys that I spoke lastly about. You know, there are two young guys that were the hope of that generational movement, and then all of a sudden they forgot. They went on national television to make it about themselves. I was so sad. This is not about you, young guys. It's not about you. This is about Kenya. And none of you can tell me anything. You need to go back to my previous record and see the things I fought for. You can't say anything. I'm not those pastors you put in a corner and you try to tell them, tutakuja, ukuje kwa nani? Kwa nani? Me, I can even give you my home address. If you've never seen Angels War, you try. You come as who? Don't think of yourself highly than you ought to. Don't think of yourself too highly. Do the right thing.
Meanwhile, the political tension surrounding the abductions continues to grow. Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua's earlier exposure of the details surrounding the kidnappings, including the identification of the person involved and the location of the building where the youths were allegedly held, has added fuel to the fire. The release of these details has sparked widespread outrage, with many questioning whether the government is involved in the abductions. In an interesting turn of events, Pastor John C. W. also expressed anger towards President William Ruto's recent comments on the issue. The president endeavored to put an end to the abductions, but the police have denied any involvement, creating further confusion. The president says one thing, while the police says another. Pastor John C. W. said, clearly frustrated by the contradictory statements. How can the government say it will stop abduction when there is no clear accountability for those who have already been taken?
Mambo ya abduction tutakomesha.
Don't be like this weird government. How can a whole police come and say they don't know who's abducting people? And then a leader of a nation comes and says tutakomesha. Sasa unakomesha nini na if haujui? Me, I don't know. You know, and then I saw a preacher of the gospel come out, a great preacher come out and condemn it. Then a few days later, they came and said, we don't have a problem. We have a problem. John C.W. has a problem because we voted for this regime. What a shame. I'm not saying the young people did not do wrong, but take them, present them before a court. At least arrest them for 10 years. Watch out to say mangendio wale. Are you a parent? I'm a parent. Do you know what it means not to see your children? That you don't know where your child is. Present them. When you take them, there is something called an OB. Is that true? Book them. Say, Huyu ni ule wa Embu ni nani? Huyo. Una nani wapi huko mwingine? Muranga wako? Ngong. Sasa kama ni Ngong, we should be able to go to a Ngong police and see a booking. But you can't operate a nation as thugs. And when we tell you pastors, don't go. Now look what happened. You went. A few days later. Me, I'm wondering, when you went, couldn't you ask, where are the people you abducted? Me, that's the question. No man, isn't it? Me, I would die there. You know, Guide. Oh. I saw someone say, oh, Mr. We are praying for you. We are not praying for you. Tell us where these people are. Let's start there. Let's stop playing with the people. Tutakomesha. It's not about kukomesha. Reproduce the people. Unakomesha, and then some opposition leader comes here joyriding on everything. Ati nimeambia huyu nani awache hiyo. Unatuambia tufanye. He says that hiyo mambo imeisha. Why don't you say I told him to produce? Start there. Produce the people that are abducted. First. Second, stop it. But you can't tell us stop it. What about the people that have not been produced? Ningojeni. I speak in parables to the wise. Nakuja. You wait, we are coming. Some of you should be arrested. You take a nation into obvious routes. And then now you young people are other fools that I see rising up. You are introducing tribal problems when the problem is national. Ati we ni Mukikuyu, we ni Mjaluo. Who cares? Well, did I want to be born a Kikuyu? Did you want to be born a Jaluo? It's behaving like that that's a problem. It's not being born. You can't castigate people because they are born in a certain place. Me, sometimes you shock me. Some things me I see. I'm waiting. Wacha nitoke pale with a shining face. Wacha nitoke huko kwa mlima. Sitaki chakula, sitaki maji. 40. Naenda huko, nipambane. If we die, we die there. We died for something. Ani mlima ya ukweli. Na si yenye iko na kamera ati munione for props. You know there are prophets that go to the mountain with cameras. And then they came from eating biscuit. So why were you going? It's props. You want to show us. Young people fast to prove that they are fasted, not to get anything from a fast. So that you can come out and tell people, I fasted 50 days. Now you think you are powerful. Hata unaona mkutano imeisha. Men of God, we became so cheap. You try coming for my conference and you throw her. Inaitwa nini hiyo kitu? Hiyo moshi. Tear gas. You try it. Before you throw it, it will turn to yourself and hit you. You must fear. But you see, men of God, how can a man of God be? And even you, man of God, you are tribal at the same time. This is what tuko na shida tu. Wachungaji ni wa mkate. Inchi ni... Why are we doing this? Me, I'm shocked. Then you come and take 3 people here from the mountain so that you can get a certain tribe. After meeting a leader, whoever you are going to meet, it's not them that made you. In fact, it's so shocking. Let me, which camera? Kuja. Let me tell these leaders of ours, we have the power to say who will not be president. None of you that is trying to position yourself, including the mountains and the where, none of you Jesus records. None of you knows. Hakuna mtu Yesu amemjua hapo. Stop cheating yourself. King pin of the king. Kuna hizo vitu. Me, I'm telling Kenya, forget the tribe that is in power. Look for service. Are you hearing me, Kenya? Hata nimefika aje huku kwa muti. Kenya is a beautiful nation. Every day you wake up, even your brain gets tired. Shame on leaders that allow 20-year-olds are going to picket. Why? Ni nini huyo mtoto amekosa? Because you're running a nation the wrong way. Me, I will never, at the words I'm saying, I mean my words. You know, I'm one of those people that doesn't speak before I think. I'm hearing myself as I'm speaking. I'm hearing. You have made these young people to do what they are doing. And then a whole policeman comes and says, I wish you would have seen the way he looks in his face. But yeah, we don't know who's abducting them. Me, if I was your son, because you can't arrest me. You know, the good thing is that I'll wait for you to be and slap you because you think he's an angel. Say, hey! I don't understand. And then some.
As demonstrations continue across the country, the situation remains volatile. Pastor John C. called for peaceful protest has not dampened the hunger of the demonstrators, and the ongoing clashes with security forces show no signs of slowing down. With the tankers and unrest spreading across Nairobi, all eyes are now on the government's next move. Will the president take decisive action to address the crisis, or will the situation continue to escalate as Kenya ends into 2025? The coming hours are critical in demanding whether peace can be restored or if the country will continue to spiral into chaos. This is Stephen, GCNews.
Ignorant pastors. I had a pastor say, oh, he's saying like that because he's from the mountain. Just imagine a pastor. Now you kichwa. You know, you sometimes you expect that the head should be having something solid. But you can see religion in your head. Wait until I come and introduce something in the evening. The message is called the two witnesses, and it's not what you think in Revelation. Give me time. That ended. Niko hapa. Oh, mizigo. Na wewe uko hapa kwa nini? Hata